Hello, I'm Linda Nemec Foster. I'm a poet and writer from Grand Rapids, Michigan. I'm the author of 11 collections of poetry, including Amber Necklace from Gdansk, Talking Diamonds, and the Lake Michigan Mermaid. I'm going to read 3 poems for you today from my new book, The Blue Divide, forthcoming from New Issues Press next year, spring of 2021. My first poem is entitled, On the First Anniversary of His Death, I Dream of My Father. I don't exactly dream of him, but his voice. I'm calling from Krakow on the last night of my trip. Dad, I speak into the white phone. His voice on the other end sounds deep and hoarse, as if he has a bad cold or has been talking a lot. Yeah, he replies. I'm in Krakow, your mother's city. Oh, really? How is the weather? Fine, it's been good. I want to tell him about this place he's never seen. The market square gleaming like afternoon light no matter what time of day it is. The starlings swooping like a black cloud in Grushka Street above the statues of the 12 apostles. Hearing my favorite Chopin nocturne played in the Bonarovsky Palace by a young Japanese woman. Gee whiz, I could hear him say, a Japanese woman living in Krakow. How that nocturne reminded me of him, the long goodbye I never got to say. But I just talk about inconsequential stuff. The heat wave that turned into a soft rain last night. The ugly Forum Hotel finally boarded up and turned into a giant billboard for Polish beer, the one and only Żywiec. That's nice, he says. Well, I gotta go. I've been talking too much over here, and I don't want to lose my voice. Somewhere on the edge of the city, a strong wind embraces the birch trees, changing their green leaves to silver in the thin morning. Blue. It must have been her accent that seduced and baffled my ears. The Egyptian woman, still lost in the desert air of Cairo, read her poems filled with water from the Nile and blue heaven, blue heaven, blue heaven, flying over the lotus flowers. I heard heaven, but later discovered, she said, heron, a distant cousin to the sacred ibis. Herons, even blue ones, are commonplace, are everywhere, even in the non-exotic marshes of northern Ohio, where another blue creation, my mother, landed. Blue Helen, Blue Helen, Blue Helen, the kids in Cleveland would tease her. Her blue eyes swimming in the immigrant's version of hide and seek, lost and found. A lexicon of strange words that trip her tongue. Thunder, train track, windstorm, paradise. A paradise where she flies, dust clouds, and polishes halos, washing the blue of heaven until it shines like a word that has yet to be invented. The dream that is forgotten. The dream that is forgotten like your mother's first language, the thick guttural sounds of Polish. Forgotten because your mouth never learned how to pronounce the letter Z with 3 different accents. Forgotten because you moved away from your grandparents, those fearless immigrants who bartered Poland's Tatra Mountains for the orange air of the Cleveland steel mills. Forgotten because you wanted to forget the past, embarrassment of long names, impossible to pronounce. The paper-thin hands of the next-door neighbor and her pale face getting lost in the backyard. Forgotten because you wanted to escape Union Avenue, its cheap beer, strong whiskey, and the radio static from the second floor. In the dream that is forgotten, you learn to speak the language of sounds, not words. Language of bark, leaves, stones, mud, of fog sleeping in the marshes, and sun caught in tangled branches. Language of amber sinking into its inclusions and rain falling from its clouds. You try to remember each sound as it leaves your lips before you open your eyes to the blank page. Thank you.